Channel. Today we're going to remove a motor out of an 1812. I really don't want to remove this motor out of this machine, but I have a customer that really needs it really bad. This is a great running 1812. I unhook the battery or I'd fire it right up. We're going to go right through it, get it removed. The gentleman's going to put it in a 1210. He's a young kid, and it will really make an 1812 run very well. There's no question about it. So we're going to do it unedited. I'm going to spin over to the other side. I am going to take the cover off. Had to get it out of the storage building today. We have a lot of snow here in New York. We usually don't get this much snow, but today we have it. We're going to unhook the lights next. This is probably a job I do the most of. Like I told you in a prior video, my favorite job is a transmission, but probably this is one of my most common jobs I do. There's no question about it. It's going to take a 1/2 inch. They're 5/16 bolts in the front. Grabbed the wrong socket. We're going to take the whole front clip off. Going to have to do it with a 3/8 drive to get in there. I still have the wheel drive on this machine. That makes a little bit of a difference. Now I'm planning on put this machine back together. It'll be a day or two. I'm running a little bit low on M18s right today. The next thing I'm going to do is take off the fuel tank. Going to loosen this up. Takes a 1/2 inch right here. All you have to do is loosen it. I'm going to give the customer a fuel tank also, because I'll show you that in just a few seconds. While I'm here, I'm going to unplug that wiring harness right there. Going to get the fuel ready to unhook. I'm going to spin you over to the other side. We're going to get everything loose there. I'm going to move this hood out of the way a little bit. Put you right in this area right here. I hope you like the unedited ones. Then you know exactly what you're getting into when you do these jobs. Takes a 1/4 inch. It's 1/4 inch bolt, so it'll take 7/16 there. Now we're going to take the oil filter attachment off. We're just going to loosen that and it'll drop right out of there. Now to take out the fuel tank, you do not have to take the cables out. Actually, I'm going to give the customer the cables, and the reason why is because he's taking an M12 out of there. So we should be just about ready, besides unhooking the fuel, to take the fuel tank right out of it. I'll move you back over to the other side. Now I'm going to turn off the fuel. If it'll turn off, yeah, and it will. I've had this machine apart many times. This is the original motor in this 1812, but I sold 3 in a week, so this one had to come apart. It was just sitting in the storage building. By spring, I should be able to find another one, put right in it. and I want to get it looking a little bit better. Anyways, I do have a decal coming that says 1812 on it. Now the fuel tank's out. Now we're going to unhook the choke. Takes a 1/4 inch. Move you over to the side just a little bit. Now this is a little bit of a job right here. It's a lot easier when the M18s, when the choke comes in from the back side. I prefer that more. I'll get you right in there so you can see we'll unhook the throttle next. Now make sure you tuck the cables way down in there. I'll move you off to the side just a little bit, get you right in there. We're going to unhook the drive shaft. It takes a 9/16 or 3/8 bolts. We're going to unhook it. Drive shaft. I'm going to turn it over. Now we're going to unhook or take the bolts out in the bottom. There's 3 on each side. This is the toughest side to do it. I'm probably going to use a floor jack to do it, just to get the one from underneath the axle right here. I'm not going to hurry doing this time, because the simple reason is it'll give you a good idea how to pull one of these motors in live time. There's 3/8 bolts that holds it in. It's a little tight in here. If I use the floor jack, which I have ready, it makes it a little bit easier, because then you can get right down in there. I always wondered if they put the motor in before they do the axle when they came down the assembly line on these machines, because then they could have buzzed them bolts right in right from the bottom. If somebody's worked at the Cadet plant, I believe these were made in Brownsville. I'd love to know that answer. I'll definitely put this machine back together. I really kind of hate to take this motor out of this machine. I looked for a long time, and one of my customers brought this machine in. Had another customer that really wanted it, and he had a little bit of problem with it. It blew the hydrostat seal out, and ended up getting it back. Had to pay a little bit more for it, but I had to fix it also. But I was really glad to get it back. One of my other good customers came in this week, bought a motor for an 1812, and I said to him, I said, I'd rather just buy the machine from you. He said, maybe someday. And if you're watching this, Cody Brown, I would like to buy that machine. This one here is going to fight just a little bit. Now this motor's been out before. I've had it out. If you look in some of my prior videos, worked on the starter on this machine. There she is. She is out right, yep. Just wanted to make sure. I'm gonna move you back over to the other side, to the left-hand side. We're gonna pick it up. Now, this one here has the dual remotes on it right here, so we're going to do it just a tad different. We're going to pick it up and move it off to the side a little bit. I don't have something right. Do I not have a bolt out? I'm not exactly sure what the problem is right there, but we have her. I'm gonna take the clutch off, and that's off. I'm gonna use a wrench, take the starter off, then I'm gonna fold the electric back. Been shoveling roofs, and must be one of the shovels is melting off and it's going around the ribs of the building. So we're going to remove that motor. We have to do it sideways on this because of the hydraulic lines. Apologize for my air compressor coming on, but that machine is, or this motor is ready to go for this gentleman for the 1210. So appreciate all the great comments on the non-edited. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and we'll see you on the next video.